What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Amari. I'm here with my co-host Christian Phillps, and you're tuned in to Talking Nonsense. Today we have special guest in the building, Jace Armstrong from the FHSU baseball team. He's also the founder of JD Film Co.
Taking it home.
And he is getting scored on the first play of the game.
Oh,
dude, that's a tough look.
That's tough, but thanks for coming in today, though, Jason.
Yeah,
man.
No problem. No problem.
Don't let him get up on you too, man.
Jeez.
Christian sucks.
all right.
But no, man, how you doing, man? How about you tell the folks about yourself, Jace?
Good. I'm a Hayes native. I wasn't originally born here, but went to high school here. Moved here when I was in 3rd grade. Graduated about this is my 3rd year. I'm a junior. I graduated in 2017. I did 2 years at Cloud County Community College, which is about 2 hours from here. Played baseball there for 2 years and then transferred here. So this is technically my redshirt sophomore year. So I still have 3 more years on the field if I want it.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Yeah, it was pure luck, let me tell you.
Oh, you got Taylor Martinez at quarterback.
Yeah, Team Magic, baby.
Yeah. But no, speaking of baseball team, man, y'all doing good this year, man. How's it feel, man, to turn it around and like just see what your coach's vision was coming true?
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy. You know, knowing the program growing up here, like it's always been, you know, just been rough for quite a while. And Coach Goodell coming in last year, and you know they didn't win many games last year, and then turning around and doubling it in 2 weeks was pretty crazy. And you know we just got a pretty good recruiting class. It was like 20 some odd guys, whether it was transfer guys or freshmen that came in.
How many freshmen do you guys have on the roster?
I want to say like, oh man, maybe 10 or 11. We redshirted a couple, like a pitcher and 2 position players. So I want to say 9, 10, something like that. And then the rest are all transfer guys. We have like 5 or 6 seniors. So
That's small.
yeah, I was one of the many transfer guys.
Looking at it, I mean, 5, 6 seniors, that's not even that bad.
No.
Next season, I mean, developing everybody should be a lot easier, the transition. So.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, we'll be able to have that culture going forward, you know, for the freshmen that come in. They'll kind of know what to expect in the 4 years following after we all leave. So it's a good foundation, you know. Coach Goodell knows what he's doing, and he turned a program around at Colorado School of Mines a few years ago. That was kind of a bottom of the barrel team to a nationally ranked team, making it to regionals and kind of making a statement in Division II baseball. So he knows what he's talking about. The guys have really rallied around, you know, his philosophy and kind of what it takes to win, because a lot of the junior college guys were, you know, from the Jayhawk, which is a really tough league to play in. And, you know, you kind of know what it takes to win and what it takes to, you know, pick your team up when, you know, historically they haven't been
Great
that
experience.
good.
Yeah, great experience.
Exactly.
You bringing that together, you can win some ball games like that.
Exactly. And it's been fun. You know, a lot of us played against each other last year for the most part. Guys from Garden City, Dodge, Hutch, Butler, all really good Jayhawk teams. And let's go. And, you know, we all kind of joke around with each other who had the best junior college. But, you know, we get to be on the same team, and we all kind of carry that chip on our shoulder that most junior college kids have, because, you know, it's a dog-eat-dog world, you know. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's a competition every day,
For
so
sure.
it's pretty fun.
So, I mean, how does going to a community college help develop you as a player?
Well, you know, like out of high school, like I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't that good. Like I was average. I was good for my high school team, you know, but I wasn't, you know, some stud that, you know, had a bunch of bigger schools looking at me. And I knew I loved the game so much, I wanted to keep playing. I didn't want to give it up. And I was given a pretty good opportunity at Cloud. I was a walk-on guy. I got redshirted my freshman year after dealing with a shoulder injury. Get in there, baby. Oh, no.
It's going to be
Rough in the passer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then going to Cloud, redshirting my freshman year, putting on a little bit of muscle, working out, and then kind of perfecting, you know, hitting getting a stronger arm, that sort of thing was my development year. And then last year, getting the opportunity to play technically as a freshman was broken toe. It helped me a ton. I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it wasn't for my years at junior college. And I think it's a really overlooked route for really any sport because, you get those 2 years of experience and you can come out and compete at a higher level that you wouldn't have been able to if you come in as a freshman at a 4-year university and, you don't really have that experience under your belt. You got to wait 2-3 years before you can actually get on the field unless you're a true stud. So I'm really thankful for my junior college experience, and I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today without it, for sure.
On another note, on a more personal note, like, what was it like living? Like, I've heard a bunch of grimy stories about JUCO, bro. Like, from a bunch of dudes, like, from teammates to just, like, friends back home. Like, I've heard some grimy stuff about JUCO, bro. What's it like for real? Like,
it wasn't, I'm the type of person I wouldn't go. Like, I love baseball, but I'm not the type of person to, like, I don't love baseball so much I'd put myself in a bad situation. So I went on a couple of visits to a couple different places.
Oh, no, get that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, my goodness.
Obviously, I wanted to come here to play out of my freshman year. So I looked here. And then a couple other Jayhawk teams. And when I went to Cloud, it just felt right. Like, it wasn't like, obviously, it wasn't like Division II, Division I facilities. They definitely needed some updating in some places. But, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I didn't really mind it. Really, the only downfall
you can bear with it to play baseball.
Yeah, exactly. It was worth. I knew I was only going to be here for 2 years, so you could kind of get past that, especially when, like, I had really great teammates at Cloud. The coaching staff was top tier, so you didn't really think about kind of the living situation and all that sort of stuff, which wasn't incredible, but it wasn't bad either. It was bearable. But I think the worst part was easily the cafeteria. Like, I know that's probably the case here too. I didn't live in the dorms here, but it was not great. Like, it was, kind of a luck of the draw if you got a good meal that day. Usually it was like cereal, peanut butter and jelly, something to play it safe. Yeah. But no, it wasn't bad. I've heard some horror stories too, though, from just about anybody that goes to JUCO.
You mentioned teammates at Cloud. You got one of the best teammates in the MIAA here. You want to speak on him? Yeah, so Grant Schmidt,
he is an outfielder. I was with him at Cloud. And he is just tearing it up right now. He was a stud for us at Cloud. His freshman year, we had a really good outfield crew my freshman year at Cloud. And he kind of played his role. He hit when he needed to. But he kind of struggled a little bit, and then he was hot for a little bit. But last year he really took off, kind of establishing himself as a power hitter, somebody who, people don't want to pitch to when he comes into the box. And this fall he really tore it up, and he started off the season really hot. Yeah, so he's a stud, and there's a lot of good things going for him. He's actually my roommate. I have two of my Cloud guys are my roommates. I love living with him. He's a great dude. He shows up to the yard every day with a good attitude. He's a great teammate. Everybody loves him. And he actually cuts my hair too. He's kind of working towards cutting hair, so I get a cheap haircut. That's, I could pay for a better one, but I like helping him out because he wants to learn. And his mom
you ain't got a diss
hair.
like that. I could pay for a better one.
That's
You always got a nice haircut going though. I swear it looks like you never have like long hair. Every time I see you. Oh,
I go to Geo.
Oh yeah.
The place across the street from Rarick.
Yeah, Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I go when Grant's not here. So over Christmas break, I went to Geo. He does a good job.
It's cheap too. I mean, $25.
Yeah.
Plus
for a good haircut.
Yeah, whatever you tip him. I mean.
Right.
You can't even beat that.
Well, and I usually tip him because he works with me well.
I mean, in high school I had some bad haircuts. Not even gonna lie. So I mean, when I came here, I had to find somebody quick to like.
Yeah.
Get something decent.
Right.
I was like, I'm out on my own. My parents don't pay for nothing anymore, so I'm paying for something that's quality.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a dig on my parents, though, but kind of is at the same time. But
yeah, you can't complain when your parents buy something.
Amari, you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, look,
It's no secret that
growing up, my mom always told me, "You are a representation of me. I will not let you go out looking bad." So
look,
she lived by that. I never, if I got a bad haircut, she would take me to get it fixed by another barber the same day. Like,
I think my parents more like went along the lines of it's just hair. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean,
yeah, it's more than hair.
Yeah,
it's a representation of yourself.
It's the same thing as, dress to impress every single day.
Exactly.
Moreover, Jace, man, how you feel about this Astro business, man?
Oh, you beat me to it. I was gonna bring it up.
This Astro business, man. The Astros stealing signals. Hold on, before you start, I just want to let it be known that Christian said everybody steals signals.
Okay, so to an extent, that is true. So within the game of baseball, there's a thing called picking signs, signals, which is kind of a precedented aspect of baseball.
Like you see it enough, and we do that in football too.
Yeah, and it's not even in a legal way. Like some pitchers are careless with their signs, or the catchers are careless with their signs. And oh man,
he is getting me on this.
Oh, you know how to sprint?
Yeah, isn't it this
R2?
R2?
You got to sprint. Yeah, you probably would have scored just then.
But,
Christian so bad, I told you that.
Yeah.
But so like you can, when a pitcher comes set and you got a guy on base, sometimes they'll, you can see, fastball, slider, changeup grips in their glove. And at Cloud we had a relay system where we would relay with our hands, like, okay, here comes a fastball, and then we would have a guy in the dugout that would see our relay, and then he would give a verbal, like my verbal for fastball at Cloud was Hollywood. That was my verbal. So if I heard Hollywood, like let's go Hollywood, I would know a fastball's coming. So there's the right way to do it, and then there's obviously the wrong way, which the Astros approached, using technology, which has kind of been a thing now. With like the Yankees were accused of doing the same thing, and then the Astros, obviously that was in 2017. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. So they've been doing
World Series with it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while.
So like, are the videos true? I mean, I've watched a few videos, read a few articles that they were whistling to signal. Yeah. Yeah.
So the whistling one, oh no. Whistling, and then they were doing the banging of the trash cans. Have you seen those?
I have not. I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah. So they're only doing it at home. Oh man, I did not mean to pick that play. Which is like the epitome of home field advantage. But they had a camera in center field that would relay the sign. Like they could see the catcher put down a changeup, and they would only signal changeup. And they would bang a trash can. But if there was a fastball or any other sort of pitch that they didn't pick up, then they wouldn't relay it. So that was like the big issue, is because when when something's coming, then you can hit it pretty well.
Easily.
So that was like the big thing, and it's hard enough to hit as it is in any form, like league of baseball. So having that advantage is huge. And I've seen conversations where the steroid era, where guys were being really upset about when like Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, Alex Rodriguez, and all those guys were getting caught with steroids. Yeah. Like that was a big deal. Like, all these guys have this huge advantage to hit the ball out of the park. But I am personally, like, having steroids has nothing to do with seeing the ball and hitting the ball. Yeah. But when you know what's coming, like, it makes it so much easier. That was like the big deal, and it's pretty upsetting because the Astros were terrible for a long time. They were bad, and then they kind of get this, underdog playing well, like.
So you think they only developed because of the cheating?
See, that's tough because
Christian said they were the more talented team.
I think so. I mean, you got some pretty good talent coming through there.
Look, I think if they would have ran that series back, they would have won regardless, because I think they were just overall the better team.
They were, but you just don't know what.
Easy to say that when they knew what was coming, so they look more talented.
Okay, exactly.
Like, you look more talented when you know what's coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know.
Now, the games where they were giving up, 9+ runs, you would think, would they have scored that much to win if they didn't know what was coming. It's kind of hard to judge, you know.
Right.
That's why you just don't cheat.
Oh, I just ran right into you.
Because there were games they were definitely, you know, statistically you were supposed to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But like you guys said, it's a lot easier to win when you can expect what pitch is coming. But
yeah.
How do you feel about the batters getting hit in spring ball?
I think it's well deserved. One of their players, I think it was a year ago. Good toss. Alex Bregman, he like tweeted out something about how he loves how the game kind of polices itself.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you have a guy like Tim Anderson, for instance, he's a shortstop for the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
He would, whenever he hit a home run, he would like take his bat by the barrel and just like chuck it, and it like created this huge like controversy of whether the game's becoming too flamboyant, like where they're getting away from the classicness, the elegance of the game, because it's a very proper sport. And you know, I lost my train of thought because I was so mad I lost that down right there. Let's go.
Oh my goodness, I would have had that pick.
He had a man wide open in the corner anyway.
He didn't throw it to him though.
Hey, he's 6'6" on you, Christian.
I know.
Dang.
T-Magic, he couldn't throw like that in real life though.
No.
He could only run.
He could run.
He was fast as hell. No, I totally lost my train of thought, honestly.
Now you're talking about Alex Bregman.
Yeah. How the game kind of polices itself. So I think it like you almost have to, like, because there's no punishment. The commissioner established no punishment to them. Like they weren't stripped of any titles.
They didn't get the title script. Wow.
No, none of their like.
You don't even have to give it to the Yankees, but like they should be stripped of it at least. Like no champion that year.
Exactly. And the guys who won an MVP. And all that sort of thing that year. No way.
Oh my goodness. The little weaving in and out.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think it almost has to. It has to happen for guys to not do it again.
I thought during the offseason, you know, when this all came out, like it may sound stupid to some people, but if people are that upset, why just not replay the playoffs at least?
Yeah, which
if it's that big of a deal,
it kind of don't work like that. Like
if like some teams think they're that much better, play them again.
But dudes not even on the same teams no more. Like they just mad they got cheated, which I would be mad too. Like like I don't know, bro. I ain't never played baseball, so I don't know how much effect it had on the game.
Yeah.
But I know if I found out that if I'm in the NFL and I found out that the Patriots were doing what they're doing, and even if I'm traded. Like, we can't go back and replay the game, but, like, at least punish them.
Right. Well, and that's...
Like, what, Tom Brady get 4 games for Deflategate?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
It's something like that.
Like, he should have... Punish...
It's tough.
You almost have to punish people, bro. And I feel like baseball is one of the easier... Like, they said the game is self-police, so it's easier to punish them on your own. Like, all right, what you pay... 120 games in baseball?
MLB is like 162.
162 games, and you'll have a batter get hit all 162 games.
I know. There's a bet out. The over/under for the amount of hit by pitches the Astros will have is like 83 or something like that. Which like statistically 162 games like doesn't seem like a lot to have 83, but last year the team that led the league in hit by pitches was only like 39.
Yeah.
Out of 162 games, which is crazy. So, yeah, Alex Bregman tweeted it, and he was a part of the scandal because he played for the Astros. So it's just really ironic how he mentioned how the game polices itself in that way.
Like, you ever heard, like, dudes that lie so good they start to believe their own lie?
Yeah.
It's like that type of deal.
Right.
If you listen to some of the Astros talk about the cheating scandal, it's not even a scandal anymore, but, I mean, or allegations, that is. But some of them just, like, dig holes that they just can't get out of. Like, just shut up about it.
Yeah.
Just no comment.
Yeah. Well, and did you see the interview that they did with AJ Hinch, the manager?
No.
There was an allegation that they were using buzzers
under
their jersey.
Yeah, okay, so that ties into why when the player hit that walk-off, he didn't tear his shirt off.
Right.
Which was weird. Yeah. Like, it's common, you know, they tear their shirt, and then he's, like, literally going
I seen that video on Twitter.
That's just so awkward to do that. You
know? He thought about it, and then he changed his mind.
Well, he lipped something. You know,
says like I think he said like don't pull it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's weird. And a couple of the major league guys were talking about it, like, you know, if I hit a World Series, like a walk off to send my team to the World Series, like you can take my pants off, you can take like everything off. Like I just went to the World Series. Like, why are you saying cover it up? But and then did you see about the tattoo? That's why he didn't want it ripped off. That's like the cover up.
Yeah. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Their excuses are just, they don't match up with what you see on video.
Right. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It really shook everything.
I think you're going to see a lot more fights this year.
Right.
Because of this. I mean, it's going to be the Astros, obviously. It's just, there's going to be a lot of upset players.
For sure. Yeah, and they, you know, like I said, they kind of go from the underdog, the team you want to root for, to the bad boys of the MLB.
Yeah.
You know, nobody
likes you.
Yeah.
Everybody want to go at you now.
Yeah, and especially guys like Jose Altuve, in my opinion. Like, I love watching him play. Like, he's scrappy. Let's go.
Because they beat the Dodgers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Dodgers, and then it was the Yankees this year that they walked off, which Jose Altuve, like, hit a slider out, like an outside slider off Aroldis Chapman, who's like arguably one of the hardest throwers ever in the MLB. And there's no, like, hitting a guy that throws like 102 and then breaks off an 86-mile-an-hour slider is insane. And the fact that he did it and hit it like a mile, like, there's no way he didn't know that like was coming.
Yeah,
it's crazy. If I knew pitches were coming, like, I'd be a totally different hitter. But that's just, you know, the line you got to draw of doing it the right way versus
integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
No way, dude.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Get there, middle linebacker.
Man,
What is this? I've never seen this before.
Clipping. It's coming back.
I didn't even see the. Oh, that is a glitch. There's not even a flag.
Damn, that's tough.
14.
That's
Wow.
tough.
That's so dirty. They did Bob Stoops dirty.
Yeah,
He doesn't even look like that.
He's not even bald.
They was just trying not to pay him.
He's got a comb over, but he's not bald.
Yeah.
What is he doing now? Is he coaching?
He's a coach for the Dallas Renegades.
Yeah, I was about to say in the
What?
XFL, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Life comes at you fast. Oh, what a
That's
tackle.
Blake Bell from Bishop Carroll.
Yeah. He's
Now
a big body.
Yeah, now he's
Chiefs.
a tight end at the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's a world champion now. Good for him. I remember when he started as a QB.
Yeah, in 2013 or maybe 2014.
Yeah. He went to, was it Bishop Carroll or Aquinas?
Yeah, Bishop Carroll.
Bishop Carroll. Yeah, there's a lot of.
When Landry Jones, who is now the quarterback at the Dallas Renegades, they used to run a package called a Belldozer, where basically they just lined up. I don't know how many offensive linemen they had out on the field or what's legal.
I think you can really put 10 offensive linemen on the field.
Yeah, but
you got to line them up right.
It was basically.
But they
like
probably had like 7 on the field.
It was basically like a heavy set package, and they had two, usually a fullback and a tailback in the backfield, and they just, you knew what was coming. I mean, when you came in the game, so it was
like a Tebow package.
Yeah, it was basically power against power. But the real key blocks were the tailbacks.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get that first push by the line, and you know, then two backs in the backfield kind of clean everything up. But he was just so big, you couldn't stop him.
No, man. Jace, you also one of the best video editors in Kansas, man.
Thank you.
You want to talk about JD Filmco, man?
Thank you. Yeah, so that's something I started. Shoot, I think it was at the end of the first semester, and I didn't really have an interest in like editing videos up until I got to college, because we had like a program in my high school to do it, but it wasn't. I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist in high school. I realized quickly I did not want to do that. Oh my God. And then I started doing a little bit of videos at Cloud, but I didn't have the right camera equipment. I didn't have the right editing software, because I was basically Jimmy rigging the Premiere Pro. Like I was like I got the 7-day free trial, and then I would go in and change the serial number, so I'd get another free 7 days, so I didn't have to pay for it. So my time editing was pretty limited.
Yeah.
What? And so once I got here, I had more of an opportunity with Tiger Media Network, and then I used the editing bays to do my editing for most of the first semester, and that's where I did a lot of the football editing. Was in there. Just I was wide open. That's when I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of good at this. Like, I really like it.
Yeah.
So I started to kind of separate, like, my personal life from business. So I created JD Film Co. Just kind of to separate it, and so people can know my brand versus knowing me.
Yeah.
And it's something that's still in its infancy. Like, I don't even know where it's going to go. But I didn't want to post all of my videos to
your personal Instagram.
Exactly. So it's a good way to separate that. It's a good way for people who, that I don't necessarily know personally to follow my account versus like having somebody I don't know personally like to follow my personal account, because I would just feel really weird about that. But no, it's going good right now. Just like I said, it's still in its infancy. I do a lot of stuff for Tiger Media Network. But I'm also trying to do a lot more personal stuff. So like I did a video for Manny Ramsey, and I made one for Chance. We haven't put it out yet, but I want to start working more to like the player profiles to get guys like that can post it on their social media. And eventually I'd like to start, getting paid more for it, because there is a lot of work. Because you did a couple videos too.
Yes.
It's a lot of work.
It takes time.
It does.
Like, I'm all right. But, like, when I realized that, like, you were, like, I realized you were good during football season. You want to turn my mic down a little bit? But I realized you were good during football season. And then we were shooting basketball together a couple weeks ago before we were shooting video. And I just remember scrolling Instagram, like, at the end of halftime, and I seen you had a video posted from the first half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking around like, where is he at editing? And then you were right back out shooting in the second half.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, this dude is wild. This dude is, like, next level with it.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the concept, like all the special effects and stuff like that. It's definitely a very extensive, like, learning process.
For sure. Yeah, it took like I said, I started my freshman year at Cloud, getting interested in it, and it's literally just all I learned by YouTube videos. Like, it's crazy the amount of content that people like will freely put out for people like us to like learn, which is, it's like a skill. You kind of have to have a little bit of a vision for it. And people like copyright laws, like, you stole this idea from me for my video, but you really can take an idea like from a tutorial and then just turn it into your own, which is crazy because, why did I dive? That's what a lot of people do, like you can take a concept from like a Playboy Cardi music video with like a jump cut with like somebody being massed out into the next scene and put it in your video, and it's the same idea, but it's in your own way, which is really cool, but it's really like complicated, really long process to try to get into. Definitely takes a lot of patience because technology like never works like 90% of the time. So
always lagging.
Exactly.
Definitely in these edit days.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed it so far. It's still a learning process. I'm not where I want to be. Eventually, I want to start working like for. There's like a leasing company, so you can like work for the Kansas City Chiefs. And they'll take the videos and put it on their social media. There's a couple of guys that I follow that do work for like Patrick Mahomes. They've done stuff for Tyreek Hill. Let's go. And those guys make a pretty good amount of money, from what I understand, and that's definitely something I want to get into because I've always wanted to.
Personal shooter.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't mind doing it.
And like I've always wanted to live in a bigger city. I want to stay around sports too. So.
Wow, look at that glitch.
Yeah, that's real realistic.
You sit through the bench after you score.
No, so it's been good so far. Just trying to get people to follow my page. Get my name out there more. It's definitely a process, and I'm really happy with where it's gone so far.
You're the first person I've known on this campus that has kept their accounts separate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if other people do that intentionally, but You would think, you know, because some people, you know, they retweet or share, or, you know, like or do something that's kind of maybe inappropriate for like a business standpoint, and you're like, you know, maybe I shouldn't trust this person, even though it may be a joke. You know, you always want to keep stuff like that simple. A video can be seen as inappropriate by a client. Oh, that's not good. You know, the client can see something as inappropriate, and that can be the deciding factor of, you know, someone not hiring you. So
yeah, and you know, social media is such a big part of our world today. Like you said, it could be a deciding factor, and having that separation. Like, you know, you can't tweet something like this from your business account or post something like this from your business account. And that was not necessarily the intention, but you know, people can know me for me and know my brand for what I want it to be. You know, it's strictly business. So yeah, it's been really good so far. Kind of a difficult process, because people are like, why do you have 2 accounts? Like, I always see like this one and I know it's you, but I also see this one and I know it's you. And it's not perfect, you know, like, oh, how did he stay up?
All right, man.
But no,
was he 13 for 13 for 187?
He doesn't have
that interception was my first incompletion of the game too. So
yeah, this is a freaking basketball game going on right here.
Yeah, dang, 2 scores.
Man, Jace, I know, like, me personally, like, if it's like one dude, like, I'm always on the lookout for new videos from. It's like the LSU video editor. Like, that dude is sick. Who's your dude?
Oh man, there's so many. That guy, I think his name is Tyler Stutzman, because I follow him because he posted something with. Did you see? Oh yeah, maybe it was you or Manny sent the sweat drop.
Yeah, I sent
that was you. Okay, yeah, that was crazy. He's a really good one. There's 2 guys who do work for the Chiefs. Diego Galacia and Billy Quach both do a lot of work for the Chiefs. They're one of the guys who are leased by.
Yeah.
Oh my, no way.
Oh, I'm taking it. I'm taking it again.
What did I dive?
Oh yeah, I'm taking it again. What is that? That's 3. That is 107.
God.
Oh wait, no, that second one.
It got called
back. Wow, that is dirty.
Dude, what in the world? I suck at this, bro. I missed that tackle too. But those 3 guys, there's a guy who does work for Pittsburgh University for their basketball team, and then a guy who does work for Nebraska. His name is Harrison Meyer, something like that. He does some pretty crazy stuff too. So I'm trying to get like networked in with those people, you know, try to become friends with them, see if, you know, like if I'm up in Lincoln or if I'm in KC, or for some odd reason I'm down in Louisiana, like, you know, link up and go get like a cup of coffee or something to eat, just so, because like
brains a little bit.
Yeah, and at this point, like, it's about like who you know, not what you know. And I've been hearing that my whole life. So if I can establish a good relationship, even if we're not working together, like if they know about me and like what I do and like who I am, then that's to my benefit, like moving forward.
Oh man, how did you do that?
Do what?
How have you taken 3 to the house on a kickoff?
Oh man, it's pure luck.
Did you play this a lot when you had it?
Oh yeah, I had 2 older brothers that we just used to sit at home and play this.
Oh god,
3 trash brothers in the game.
Yeah, they were trash because I was the better out of all of them.
Had to be trash.
My brother would always beat me. He was like, so like, shout out to my little brother. He actually streams Fortnite on Twitch, and he has a pretty good brand going for himself. He's a senior this year at Hayes High, and he's a stud. Oh, stay in.
Ow! Oh my gosh!
And
these corners are trash.
He was always so good at video games.
He's playing cover 2. They ain't in the corners.
Is that not?
No, the corner was down on the tight end in the flat.
I don't even know what that means. I played football. I don't even know what that means. I ran man. But my little brother would beat me all the time in 2K, like any football game. He would always beat me. So I can't really say my little brother's trash at video games, because he would work me up and down.
Growing up, I always told my little brothers one thing: you would never beat me at anything as long as I'm the big brother. anything. When I say anything, like if they beat me, I tell them I'll let you win.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I just can't give them the satisfaction of knowing they beat me. Like and I beat them up every time I go home. So
my little brother, he's only 11, and he wanted to play soccer this past Christmas break. So he wanted to play FIFA on the Xbox. I'm like, all right, no mercy, 21-0.
Damn.
After it was like 10-0, I got bored. I swear I tried to let him score. It was just
give him a shutout.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cruel.
It's no mercy when it comes to siblings.
Anything physical, I would take my brother to the house, but he was just always so good at video games. I never understood it.
Oh my goodness.
Man, who finna win it, man?
Dude, it's anybody's game still. I could mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, physical sports, we used to play basketball a lot. But my brothers are all over 6'1". And I'm the shortest, so I'm like 5'9".
Damn, you none of the good genes.
But, I mean, I still competed. All they had was height, though I don't think it was talent.
Yeah, no, height doesn't measure heart. Shout out to, who said that? Marcus Stroman. For all the little guys out there. I'm not very tall either. I'm only like 6 foot. I'm pretty short to have a big body, baseball body. My brother got the good genes. He's tall. He's taller than me.
How tall is he? Like 6'2"?
Like 6'1". Yeah.
I'm 6'2".
Let's go. Get a block.
Get that.
Yeah, he's tall. Like, so my mom ran track in college. She went to Cloud too, actually, out of high school, and she ran track there for 2 years and then came here, but she tore ACL, so she couldn't keep running. But she has like I got my big legs from my mom, and my dad's like a beanpole. He's tall and skinny, and he actually played baseball here for a little bit, but my brother's built exactly like my dad, just tall and skinny. Get up. No way. Dude, do I go for it?
Hey, that's up to you.
Do I go for it?
You do right here, Jace.
Man. Dude, it's a miracle that college football coaches don't have heart attacks. Like, I don't know how some guys do it.
God. I would have a heart attack.
I'm stressed. Oh, what the? I'm stressing out right now. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm nervous.
Could have gave you a tip, but I don't want to interfere in the game.
Watch out for a pass play when you're in a goal line D.
No,
yo, I needed that. Oh
no
my goodness.
Way. I threw it straight in his face fast. Oh my God. Did you expect that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I thought you were gonna run it, so I sent everybody.
He was wide open.
I know.
He jumped up at the right time.
Man, that's tough. That's really
Came
tough.
up big.
Man, Jace, how you feel about the Tennessee commit that's at Hayes High?
Dude,
the baseball player.
Yeah, Dylan. He's a cool dude. So his grandpa was my coach in high school, Coach Leo, and I had Coach Leo all 4 years of high school. He was a great coach, legendary coach. He's been there for years, and I loved having him. And then so when I was a junior, we went to Arizona for spring training, and we practiced at a high school's field in Arizona, which was pretty sick. We got to go watch a couple of spring training games.
Yeah.
But Dylan came with us, and I think at the time he was
You said your junior year?
Yeah, junior year of high school.
He was like an 8th grader, 7th grader.
I think he was a 7th grader, and he was down there carving up like the freshman and JV kids, and everybody was like, "Yo, like this kid's like 13."
Really?
He's like carving us up.
Yeah.
Left-handed kid. He's got a good baseball body.
And he committed to Tennessee.
Yeah, his
if
freshman
I were him,
year.
I probably would start
Really?
playing football because he ain't doing nothing but risking injury out there. He ain't that good.
Right. Yeah, and he's our quarterback too.
Yeah, he be blowing the money sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I heard he's twice as good at baseball as he is at football.
He's pretty legit. He hits left-handed. Got a good lefty swing. Just the perfect body for what he wants to do. And I hope it works out for him because, baseball is a pretty cutthroat world. Anybody can do just about anything. Like that I can do. You know, it's just a matter of, oh my God, just a matter of who shows
kill some
up.
time.
And
I don't trust my defense.
I hope he stays healthy, you know, because that has a big factor in that, and I hope he grows into his body well and you know, can play there and have a good career after that, because he's got a ton of potential for sure. And it's crazy, you know, like you hear a lot of stories about that, like kids that go D1, but not really from Hayes. You know, we don't really have a lot of guys that go big from Hayes. Like we had Alex Delton. He was around my freshman year.
He went to K-State. Then he transferred to TCU.
Right.
But he was kind of quiet at TCU.
Yeah.
It was a grad transfer year.
Mm-hmm.
He was good too. I remember when I think it was 20
Baker Mayfield's.
Yeah, it was Baker Mayfield's senior year, and they went to Manhattan, and he
almost beat him.
Yeah.
I remember we were on the way back from a game in.
Oh, you clinched that game. Yeah. It was only a couple seconds left, so I mean, he had I wouldn't say talent overall throwing, but
he was fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
He was fast. Yeah, we so at Cloud we actually work security as a fundraiser at those football games, and I got to see Baker Mayfield and Alex like go head to head like from the sidelines. It was sick. No way.
Oh my goodness! I thought I was gonna clinch the game if I picked that off. Yeah, I watched Baker Mayfield play. Yeah, I think it was actually against K-State, but in Norman. It was one of the best experiences. That was a D.D. Westbrook's breakout year.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He plays for the Jags now.
D.D. Westbrook, he was like the #1 receiver for
best deep threat wide receiver. I don't think in the NCAA he wasn't, but
in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Man, I really got to make something happen here.
You going over the best player on the game.
So you know who D.D. Westbrook is and Marquise Brown?
Yeah.
You watched both of them play?
Marquise Brown for sure.
Who do you think is better?
I'm a Florida guy, so you can give me Marquise.
Yeah.
You know, I got to hold it down for the crib.
Hollywood
Brown. He's pretty solid.
I think scheme-wise, I think D.D. was better. Because I think Marquise Brown kind of.
Make sure you use your timeout, Jay.
Yeah, I got
not
3
right
left.
Now. Yeah, not right now though. You just got a first down, but you're a baseball guy. Gotta keep you
Yeah,
dude. Sometimes I think I can manage a football game better than some NFL guys. It's kind of brutal. Like the Texans going for that fake punt against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
when they're up like 28-7 or something. What in the world was that?
I mean, it was a good call, but Dan Sorensen definitely made a great play. Like one-on-one, like
huge
one-on-one tackles in the open field like that with the money on the line.
Yeah. And to anticipate that too.
Like you always gonna bet on your offensive guy. Definitely if it's a more speedster type guy, you gonna bet on him to win one-on-one in the open field.
Oh yeah. Well, and the thing that was like, I was just shaking my head about watching it, was like they lined up, and then if they would have like snapped it, they took too long.
That's how most fake punts get stopped. When you take too long, you let them get set up, and you let them notice something is wrong.
Exactly, dude. Come on, let's go. What are we doing?
Oh my goodness! I'm throwing. That's why I should have taken more time.
Jace, all you got to do is kick a field goal.
Oh my goodness!
Is this the highest scoring game you guys have had?
No, we put up 55 a couple games.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I watched a couple of the first ones, and then I just ran out of time. I couldn't finish the whole thing, but Devin was hilarious. He's funny anyways.
Devin is funny.
I have him in one of my classes, and he's just all jokes all the time. I love it.
No.
Call your time out at like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Kick a field goal.
Nah, run one more play, man. Come on.
That's too risky. I'm gonna.
You gotta get something to the outside.
I'm gonna sandbag you. Oh man, I don't know what was going on. The clock stopped.
I should have started calling timeouts.
I'm nervous. 0 wind. All right. Let's go.
Oh,
that's in there.
You know what?
You can still return it.
Swift kick it.
Oh.
Nah, don't do me dirty like that. Oh my
Do
goodness.
not give him a chance to return it because he took two to the crib.
Oh my.
Damn.
Squibbing it. Oh my gosh.
You still can get it.
Oh, 2 seconds.
Put the dogs back. Push, choose A, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, prevent.
No,
All right.
don't prevent. You can score.
There's too many holes in
You
prevent.
let people run with him, man. You have 3 people back there with him.
I'm gonna try to pressure.
Oh my God. Stop, man.
What was that? False start?
False start. Hey, man, Christian about to go down on the show again.
No way.
He's turning it in, man.
To Nebraska.
How you gonna turn it in like this, Christian?
I'm sorry. It was a shootout, man.
Yeah, it was.
Is that interception really killed me?
Yeah.
He really supposed to put the game away on that 4th and inches, though, but your guy got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You got the running back. What a game.
Yep.
Hey, man, Jace, thanks
good.
for coming through today, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Being Christian on the show.
Yeah.
Talking nonsense, man.
Heartbreaker. This is fun.
45-42, your final score here in Norman. And that was Talking Nonsense, and we out.